We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on, set. Lights again.
On first down, Dobbins. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Check 50. Check 50.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Third down. Here's Haskins. Flush to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 43-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. This is Grant. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Grant, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Get ready. 5-9. Hey, kill.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is
taking it right down Broadway. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Kill.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he finds Corey Davis. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Here's Breeze to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It's caught. Humphreys. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Breeze now on 1st down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Check 43.
On 2nd down. It's Grant, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Come on out here. Come get some. Hey, alert 3. Check it back.
On 3rd down, Grant. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Haskins. And able to find John Brown. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield now, Haskins. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Breeze on 3rd down. A screen to Bell. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. His throw incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Breeze to throw again. And that's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Hey, I'm coming.
Now Haskins, third and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
58, come on. I got it.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Breeze. He gets it to Humphries. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for three, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation,
that's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Breeze now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Out to the right to Humphries. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Completes it to Davis. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Corey Davis. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now Haskins on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Well, second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here we go on 4th down. Haskins. He finds Beckham complete. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Beckham. It's a pickup of 17 there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Kill. Hey, kill.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Breeze. That's complete. It's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On first down, Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Haskins on 3rd down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Haskins will throw. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Here's Haskins to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought at worst, quarterback sneak, try and pick up the 1st down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Bell. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Yards on the return that time, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Haskins. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now Haskins to throw it. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, 78 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Breeze now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. They go back to Grant. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, Haskins. He finds his target, Beckham. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. Haskins going to try to throw it. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Open man right side is Ingram. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Giants, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for our